Map 2, DRG somehow managing to claw it back on Icebox, I suppose. And TEC, with RB playing a raise for the first time in a long ass time. I was looking at chat to see if anybody got when the last time RB played raise was, but you're going back to like 2020, 2021 almost. DRG, the comps are same as it was for Ascension, just TCH coming in for the spot. And Double Duelist, the same comp, identically, pretty much to what TEC was running in Evolution. And Luke, starting off this half on the attack better than the last one. Maybe not, because nobody clears the back corner where Abo's playing from. Dash is activated, Spike is right out in the open too. And somehow DRG, finding the first kill, find himself kind of locked in. And they're just feeding the two duelists lots of kills. Well, just as I was saying, oh wow, DRG getting off to a good start. Never mind. Never mind. Once in the last 60 days. I mean, he didn't play on Lotus, did he? When they played, no, he didn't play. He hasn't played for TEC so far. I was just double checking, like, I've gone mad. On an unsigned team, okay. So not too long ago. Like in VCT then, probably a lot longer. DRG on the full eco. Trying to scale up on ramp past the Viper wall, but the Sky Flash is going to give them up. The only thing is just like the role change. Like Chuye's moved over from the race to the Sky, allow RB to play it. Spamming through the box. Nick's found an opening at least. Is Chu just going to peek through this? He doesn't have a flash yet. He is just going to peek through this. And the spray is actually good enough to bring him down to 15 HP. Got the Viper still on site. Lockham only having a ghost, however, so if all of these players just run at him, that might be it. DRG just cutting noise. It's forcing TEC to sort of respect this a little bit more. Watching on B. Don't peek in mid. I think this is a good call from TEC actually to have these two players sort of back in onto site. They are going to push back to here, and it does open this up for RB to maybe catch a lot more players as they're moving across. The nade, the spike's been dropped, it has been picked up, but he's chasing in. Brave, but you still have to go for these two players. Time is looking low, time is kind of done now. It took way too long. But you did some damage at least. I don't think DRG even realized how close that was for them to go their way, right? Very good eco. Very lucky to be alive, Chuye is. 15 HP and he gets a free K. And completely, like, they had a horrible bonus on Icebox and they still managed to win with it. Similar sort of vein here. Any ultimates yet? No, not quite. Maybe a Blade Storm soon for Abo, who is facing a lot in B main. Interesting how they are fighting for B main a lot more. I guess they want to force out some of the Astra utility early. Let's get it out of their system. Mid is really hard to take when you have like Astra Stars and Viper Orbs. And that seems to just be like DRG's win condition. Get the Astra smokes out, make it really hard to hold. And this time they're going to be going towards a fairly late on. Got the Viper's wall to worry about. Mid control. Dog is going to be heard going into vents. So RB does need to focus on this still a lot more, nade in hand. It just means that this one choke is just being watched by the Sky. Good switch around to throw the nade into the main choke. One flash is used from Breach. Boombot's gonna go across. Skyflash dodged. I mean, the sheriffs are still doing good damage. There's only one sheriff left on the site. Ooh, TCH is rough. You gotta clear this player. Time is super low. Dingwei is now like 30 HP. A judge for Lock M. And you're playing close to it. Oh my god, Vukashi will have no idea how close that was to just being an absolute disaster. DRG had a Singaporean and a Russian on their team, so they're only allowed one import. So they got rid of was it Shion? Yeah, that was the controller. Was it Shion that was the... No, it was Zeno. Yeah, Zeno. But he was Singaporean, so they had to drop him. And they brought in TCH from FPX, which I think is a fantastic pickup for them. But I think that these are both like middle of the pack teams in China that can actually maybe look a lot more impressive. Both of them have enough about them to like potentially break into top 5. I say both these teams are better than Bilibili, with the way that it's looking. But we haven't seen an awful lot of Bilibili anyway. Them being stuck in the group where you just like the RRQ group, where you're just sort of stuck potentially having the same rematch. Couldn't have hit a worse team, I suppose. Outlaw for Abo, but I think everybody is mostly on half arm actually, so yeah, it could be a really good gun. RB is brave. He has gone straight past. Luke separated from the rest of his team. Breach Shot was used onto the backside Kwai. TCH getting both the Sky and the Astra. I don't think they were close to each other. I think they were like separate, so I want to see that in the replay because that could have been a hell of a flick. Oh, he cancelled it, thank God. I think they have an inclination at Abo's up here, although I don't know if they did see him. The rifle on the ground, they've seen him now. Maybe wants to Vandal, but he's got an Outlaw. He's got one bullet. Nice double peek. Getting his head down so he doesn't have it taken off. Outlaw practice, I guess, at the very least. At DRG, when it gets the bonus, when it gets the full buy, might be an eco now for TEC. Would you say that Billy would be the gatekeeper team in China? I would have said the DRG would be. At least that's what I said, like in like my China guide video. Like DRG would just kind of like, they would beat teams below them in rankings, but they'd always like lose to EDG. They'd always lose to FPX. They typically would have lost to Rare Atom, but in the Ascension final, they actually managed to win it. So that's what I mean. It kind of like breaks a lot of expectations. The DRG would just like the good team. I guess DRG sort of remind me a little bit of like Team Secret, I suppose, in Pacific. Like, Team Secret were never considered bad, and they had some like really nice wins and looked like they could like contend for stuff like Madrid. But either they just sort of let it falter at the last minute, or just went up against teams that were just head and shoulders above them. Shuye has the Seekers considered it. Oh my god, that shot to Luke is superb. Is going to use the Seekers. All of them are broken. Well, Abo panicked. Vukashu's like, really? He might ace. He's full knife running. I think he got a little bit horny for the ace. Skydog gets onto RB though. How? No. You know that the sky's from heaven as well from where it came from. He's a showstopper. Gonna buy some time to maybe get onto the plant, and it's not planted for heaven. Oh my god. Oh god. How did it go from like Vukashu memeing his way to trying to get an ace to RB almost turning it around? How did those two not do damage? I don't know. TZH just standing in the same spot and crouching didn't really do him any favors, however. Yeah. Yeah, RB had nothing to lose. He was on an eco. Ooh, I thought RB was going to take a shot there. He just waits, gets Stingray. The main part of getting information is gone. Skydog is going to sort of clear onto A. Hits the trip. But doesn't see anything else. Abby is a showstopper. He's going to fight mid along with Lockham, and the rest of the team is looking to... His B executes have been the sort of thing that's lacking, and just going for a B execute on its own without any mid presence is a little bit scary. There are two players on site ready to fight them, however, but the fights just don't go their way. You get the showstopper out, and like, what's the money? Like, probably an eco actually for DRG if they lose this, yeah. Pretty clean from TEC, you only lose one player. All of that damage that RB did in the last round might actually be super impactful with getting this to go their way.
他并没有太确定对方这个外面到底有多少个人，那他就敢 pick 出去来一枪。对，这两个队的打法其实是非常相似的，特别是对于绝对位的一个发挥来说，阿博和陆克都是很喜欢在防守方做前领。
Yeah, I spoke a bit to Nate about it the other day.
但这一把的话 ，DRG 对这把明驹的限制应该
like he's been good at tempering my expectations because I'm very big onto like this Wolves team. But he's just like, we haven't been together that long. He told me some stuff that I'm like not gonna share, but just yeah, like team needs time. Well, I think they're gonna have the right approach. It's eco for DRG, so I guess we can. But like, I think a lot of teams kind of play scared from EDG. And one thing that Wolves did really well against Billy is that they didn't respect their opponent at all. They just went for aggressive fights, maybe too aggressive of a fight. But I think if they play that way against EDG and they start winning some of those duels, I think that they can actually like springboard themselves into maybe a couple of like round wins, a map, and even a series. Right, stun going across onto site. Shu's position is given up. DRG on this eco have actually, like, with 30 seconds left, might be able to get the plant in. Bad they found that Seekers has got information at their mids. The only play that you really need to worry about is Abo, I think. You got a camera playing in screens, that's broken. The Aftershock is going to buy some time and allow a gun upgrade from Nick. Not too bad. But all of these players are starting to be separated. Skydog gets good info. Operator trying to decide if he wants to sort of watch between sight or try to get the Sky out A main. The grab is good to at least force this duel, so there's one. And Elbow has just walked in. Both these players watching towards Elbow. Playing is super late. Like, the flank is such an obvious thing that could potentially come in, but the Operator shot's missed. Kawhi's traded. And Nick, with that Guardian that he picked up before, he might not even really matter that much because time is low. So it really is just like TEC maybe saving a gun, maybe getting a kill. Wow, DRG winning a nice 50 in the end. It's come down to like a close 1v1 again. Yeah, Wolves EDG I think is going to be... I have high hopes for this team. But every time I've sort of said that, like, EDG have, you know, come back into action. But at least seeing EDG again is going to be fun. Split is super defensive sided though. Yeah, I mean, that's why DRG doing that much damage with a thrifty and picking up the round is massive for them. You have got double duelist on attack coming up, so you see how that sort of comes together. Right, two watching in mid, and then you've got these B main players. Luke has a showstopper. Nick not too far away from having another rolling thunder. Well, I would say that these B executes have looked not quite it from DRG, I don't think. Mid pressure's good. And I guess, like, with TCH, with how much lurking was doing on Iceboxes to Viper, I thought that maybe he'd have a bit more freedom to kind of lurk a little bit more on this map, or Vukashu, perhaps. DRG have just kind of been deathballing this a lot more. Why can I hear the other casters too? Turn them off? I'm not going to turn them off because we need game sound. But if it's too loud, let me know. I think the audio levels are fine now.
35秒，进攻方选择转向了 A 区，而斜坡阿博补过来了，加这个过点是对进攻
Please play this angle. Audio's good. Good. Showstoppers coming in. Nobody is watching ramp, so it might allow the peek. Kwai gets taken out on site. And he even clear like plant pot. Who was it that was even there? Chu? 13 seconds. They're planting for heaven and they don't have heaven control. That's so brave. Okay, Luke is just going to absolutely cow through them, so it's fine, but... My lord. DRG were playing with fire there with like 10 seconds left to plant.
这样比分还是有 DRG 成功拿下了。开局 DRG 其实是做了非常长时间的一个默认的，而且在 B 通道稍微给了一些动静之后，有点把人摇回 B 点的意思了。最终还是这个玩焰火给到，就给的压力太大了。是，其实感觉 TEC 第一时间也有点算阻围吧，因为两人都是藏在了点内比较深入的位置，但可惜玩焰火不太好接，再让洛克进到点内之后卡到了一个 elbow 的点位上面，对方压力就太大了。
It's quite surprising it took away this long to time out for the first one. Thought it might have come in a little bit earlier.
那这样的话，教练可能要这个布置起码2分左右的一个战术。这场的暂停其实来的是比较偏晚，
DRG fans ready to go.
靠后的时间才给。 因为前半程其实打的都是比较接近的，两边在交替的拿分。其实我还是觉得就是，当然我个人不是特别的推崇双节奏的打法，因为双节奏的话，它更多的可能要在前点位找更多的对枪的机会，对吧？我觉得可能防守的时候要去做更多的尝试性的前顶。但是其实，在地图控制权上来讲的话 ，TC 其实在上半场一直是比较吃亏的一方，对吧？我感觉整个的一个地图控制，包括 A 前点有对方我卡处的战术监控的控制，包括 B 厅。
Diggy said it would be cool if you still record. That's fine. That's what I've been doing anyway. So I imagine now it's like 12 o'clock.
这也是因为双节奏其实牺牲了一个先锋。
Yeah, I'll probably like because he's gonna be in like one of them, right? Yeah, I could do that still.
所以对于 TEC 来讲，这个防守只要稳住，拿到个4到5分左右是可以接受的。他属于是弯西瓜吃，最后要吃西瓜中间那个瓤。
Is he watching this stream or is he just watching it without like the normal one?
但是这个上半场的比分已经
What's full form of TEC? I don't know what you mean by full form.
来讲，他们这个经济优势的确太大了。是，现在就要看这个暂停能不能帮助 TEC 稍微稳住局势，不要让 DRG 把比分拉得太开。
Or another eco. And the plan for DRG is to just full contact until they're seen, Sky Flash, just good executes, and a couple of times now that TEC have tried to play on the A site and just been absolutely barreled over. Oh, you mean like the full name, Titan Esports Club? But correct me if I'm wrong, people that know TEC from other esports, people just call them TEC, right? He's watching the mainstream. Okay. Oh, the snake bite has just missed him. Like, Lockham half cleared it because he's like, why would anybody still be there? I've just snake bit it. Rolling Thunder as well for the breach. You got 2 playing in elbow, 1 on site. At least this is buying time. A little bit risky, especially for Luke to try and go for more there. But fuck, he's just got to peek onto Abo, and that's fine. Alright, Luke is actually just cooking right now.
存前分也没有让 TEC 下到太多枪，但对于 TEC 来讲，真正的杀招肯定是围绕下一个长枪分来的。对，但
people just call him Titan. What's more common for them to be called, Titan or TEC? 拿到了一些地图上的控制权，但是没想到对方是直接是在 A 点顶。Just running. 是秋叶的这个站位太过于固定了啊，再加上有铁臂这种可以。 Alright, I didn't expect the series to go in this direction, I suppose, after everything that was happening. Like Vukashu and Luke finding a lot of openings. Nice shot from RB. Maybe a little bit much from Luke that time.
但是因为正面没有进得去，而且2楼有阿波的民居，压力还是啊。这分
Probably free. The operator's out. Seekers from Shu. Are you going to use it? Rolling Thunder was used, and yeah. Shut down right at the door.
哦，但铁壁现在是有山峰地线的啊。是，不过有山峰地线也得有人能跟才行啊。Luke
still got a minute, so you can cut noise and go elsewhere, but like just the way that DRG been playing so far is not really been that way. With how slowly they're approaching this, because they're like they're pinging here, they're pinging here. Really worried, so they have to clear a lot of these angles. Might even have to use utility. You have a Skydog, and then the utility that's going to be used is going to be heard, so it's going to allow the rotations. The rotations are coming in anyway, just as the Seekers was in. Good time to be using it. Especially with 3 attackers still alive, so all of these jellyfish are going to lead that way. Even got a smoke to sort of cut this off on sight. Nice double peek. No smoke from TCH for CT, doesn't look like. 10 seconds. Big plant. A little bit of a 1x1x1 from TEC. And Abby just, stops it. They clear ramps with a bird, then they Seekers. Also like Seekersing. Ulting from here. I guess the only good thing is like it might clear this, it might clear that, just in case. Yeah, TEC don't have their RGL in the middle, but neither did FPX. I think they have their non-native Mandarin speaker in the middle. Because both FPX and TEC have like a sort of mix of Mandarin English calls. Yeah, mostly you have the IGL set in the middle. But these two teams are a little bit different. Anywho, TEC have done well to actually like steady the ship a little bit more on their defense. 4 on defense might be plenty actually when you have double duelists coming up. A completely open B site. See if they can force out some of these stars and stuff. There's one. Yeah, like DRG just on this attack of being like the range between players. Like so often you might have like 4 here and then maybe 1 just over. Seeing if it can lurk up here. Seeing if it can lurk up here. But DRG are just death balling to begin with, and then somewhat splitting up. Now they have Vukashu on the mid lurk, which I like. For 45 seconds, they've not really done anything towards A. They've given up that mid lurk, like I said. Like they've just gone for like a straight B execute, which hasn't really ended well at any point. Like straight executing on B main is just incredibly hard. Unless you're like a rolling thunder or other utility like that. Because look, like TEC are just here. They're like, go on then. Blade Storm has been used from Abo, but I guess if he could just like make sure it goes in, confirms it. I don't know what the money like actually for DRG is. They're abusing the fact that TEC don't have a Sentinel. I mean, they're not though, I don't think. Like, yeah, if you don't have the Cypher trips on B, that doesn't mean it's an open site. Also because they don't have Omen to do the paranoia and stuff. I think they're going for a timeout now. Oh, actually, no, I know whose POV that is. That's Vukashu. Every time Vukashu dies, he turns his audio down. Like he just taps out to his audio down and then turns it back up for the next round. It's so odd. The DRG2 timeout. Like if they don't have a Sentinel, trying to scale up on A, either it's just TCH or Vukashu. Right now, like the only problem is just like DRG so send it together, and I guess they always want Vukashu with a pack because he's such an aimer that he can play off of Luke just diving in, and TCH needs to be somewhat nearby because he can like TP around, do some other aggressive stuff.
在回到游戏之后，这2个点要怎么去拿？
有点难。
A lot of players do that.
差3个点。
I mean,
然后感觉基本上告别境内选地了，因为尼克这个点位
seems exhausting, really, for me to just keep going in and out and in and out.
这分还是有2个终极技能可以去用的。 配合
Just turn it down in your
1
headset, I
加上
guess.
玩野火是一个比较强的找人组合。
是的，但是防守方这边的话是做了一些 B 点的前顶，而且 A 点是展开了回复，把对方赶到
And
B
Luke's
点
starting
去
to splinter off from everybody else a little bit more.
出近点的
Oh,
人
Nick.
那这分感觉要草草结束了，一炮轰过来，人数巨大的优势。我卡数虽然是点掉了，
I'm glad the TEC were able to bite back a little bit more.
而且 TZ 手上只有一把正义啊，也被追雷这个
Looking
被
to
这
be
个拼之
not
后找
quite
到。
flawless. You lost RB.
1打4
Vukashu, how are you good in a 1 versus
卡
4?
数的残局
He's expecting more of like a flanking
还是要
mid.
尊重一下的。
啊，
16 bullets in this vandal.
但是这个有点
There's a shorty close right.
主要这个角
And
度
play
有
left.
点迷信。
5 HP.
哇，再接一人，但自己只有5发子弹。
Yeah, Chu, just run it in with a shorty, and that's
造成了
enough.
一个短炮的
Alright,
喷射
6 all.
我觉得秋叶
Maybe DRG are going to be a bit annoyed with themselves that they didn't close out a little bit cleaner towards the end of that half. But
而且他一直在右侧去露脚步啊，也是一直在吸引我开始
I
的
think
注意
TEC
力。
after their timeout
这点子王
looked a little bit more coherent.
感觉 DRG 稍微有点着急，想抓中路近点的人，但没有想到是跳到对手的枪线。
Average Luke gameplay, maybe.
阿博的突然一个前顶啊，也是抓到了在 B 通外留守的进攻方人员。
Halftime.
上一分来讲的话，这个 TC 的一个处理还是比较。
Thinking about it now, like TEC's double duelist, probably a lot of A executes. So I guess we're gonna see if Vukashu. I think the last time that he played split, he just went nuclear on the Cypher. And also, whilst we have a moment,
而且换面之后
we were talking about comms and stuff for TEC. DRG literally just common Chinese
闪光技能的一个前顶
in Mandarin, sorry,
一定的区域。
and
看一
they
下换面之后 DRG 要怎么去
basically only talk to Vukashu in English when they need to. Otherwise, Vukashu is just vibing. Everybody else is speaking Mandarin around him, and then his teammates will be like, "You need help on B site or whatever?" Vukashu's like, "Yes or no." Like, Vu told me that he is like learning the language, like he's getting there, but he is literally just playing with everybody saying like Mandarin stuff around him. That's why he's so often just like on his own, dueling everybody because like the communication's not quite there. That's what it was like initially, but it's got better as it's gone. Have a dranked comms? Probably, yeah. TEC could run away with this.
但还是有一个问题啊，因为双绝
The double duelist
先锋位只能是一
pretty
个
good here.
对，
他的闪光技能现在
I mean, it is the pick of TEC.
这个对于指挥的压力很大，因为你很难去做一
And
个
6 all on the half that DRG wanted to play might not be good enough.
侦查一下对方的一个动向。甚至有些斯凯现在就是觉得毗邻之虎可能还没有引路之损值钱，所以有的时候会把这个毗邻之虎先交出来。
It was an important pistol that they won last time.
下半场的手枪局
TEC 2 and 1 in
他们
pistols.
这个双决斗上来就很奔放，直接2把狂怒。
So let's see if it's going to be 3 and 1 or if DRG is going to pick this up.
而且 B 点的这个独木也是最近比较常见的一个分割 B 点。
Sounds awful if you're Vukashu. I mean, they got it working to a point where they won Ascension, so it's probably not as bad as it would seem.
但这分他是在 A 区做了一个单手 ，B 区是一个3人的毒点哦。
是的，而且2楼这个踩雷飞剑随时可以丢下来。我们看一下，第一时间先在 B 厅的位置挂了一个单向。
Sky flashing B main is just a little bit early. So they're just full on don't expect this that they've walked up. Oh, fully flashed.
但现在进攻方很快的进到了点，把方位给装起来，并且来为 RB 的踩雷飞剑把
Don't know if I fancy DRG winning this pistol.
命中篮筐呢？这样的话，看一下1楼的位置，两个人追在这一个地方。
That looked a little bit like headless chickens. It was a nice execute once it got past this choke, but like they just sky flash this quickly and then get nothing, and then they're like, okay, they're not B main.
没有技能的情况下回防的。
看2楼，如果我开始能够
Gonna be flawless, no? Nick is 6 HP.
很难再去翻
All
盘。
right, not flawless. Fair enough though.
拿到了3杀。
我感觉这分开局稍微有一点点太伤了，主要是防守方给的这个引路之损有点短，所以没有打到独木外面。
I mean, it looks like the server time stuff that TEC were doing, like on maps like Bind, Lotus.
他到底是被哪个东西给挡住了？
被独木挡住了，进攻方的同时一开始就拉开。
Even the pathing of all of the players onto site was good.
通道靠内的一侧，然后让他们以为 B 通道没有人，两人直接选择往回撤去，想要补发。
The same CIS isn't really a region environment. I mean, yeah, it's a lot more complicated
那这一分拿下之后 ，TEC 是掌控了一个场面上的主动权。但是卢克的话
CIS region has a lot of great players.
来到了 A 外。
这个位置其实是陆克比较喜欢踩的点位。所以如果 TEC 有去做一些赛前的功课的话，应该是会比较小心这个点位的。
而且相对来说 A 点
So
的一个
what's
对
up?
枪的交火
3 and 1 on pistols.
枪械优势的情况下，很有可能会来这个位置哦。
不过 TEC 还是蛮谨慎的，在上一场有被托尼森翻盘的经历，这一场开局是直接走默认，先找对面的站位，看看有没有堵点。
但现在问题
Never
就是他
sky flashed
对方的站位其实非常难。
Doesn't quite get the info. And I think this is TEC just waiting it out more than anything. It's just more a case, I suppose, of if TCH is more aware that they can be there. Smokes on sight, gets hit by the flash a little bit. Nice shot from Dingwei. We didn't see it from his POV, but we saw it. Okay, okay. Oh no, little bit of a whiff there. Trying to push through the smoke. I think it was Fukasho, actually. Luke has a bookie. Is he just... Oh, I thought he was going to satchel in. But he needs to stop the plant. And I guess they're just going to both go for the wraparound. There's no guns that they can really pick up. The B main is definitely... ABO is aware of it. There being a possibility at least. I've seen both of them. Has the dash in hand too. Taking a lot of damage. Time. Nice free K from ABO. Abo, ABO. I think we just call him Abo, right? I'm really liking DRG and FBX in the Chinese scene so far. Yeah, I mean, I think there's like potentially better teams too to be watching. Luke had no trust in the bookie. Not on these angles, I guess. But still, like, good eco, good damage done. TEC on these bonuses, though, can be, like, problematic. But I think DRG have dealt with it nicely on this map, at least. With the one-way from the Omen. Sky Rays playing for mid. These Astra Stars that you need to be a little bit more careful of. And then the breach just right in this corner of sight. Oh, and you lose Luke early. Gun upgrades. That is just going to take out the Guardian, I suppose. He is one away from his Blade Storm, so if he gets that online, that might be a good way to make this bonus actually 9 rounds for TEC.
而这一分的话，我卡数其实经济是比较差劲的啊，他手里只有一根半线和自带的战术监控。
转到 A， 但这样的话，这个半线怎么去清理，可能要
Everybody's grouping up towards A. You've got Cypher Vukashu up on the high ground. Just having to dip into his camera just to check that nobody's lurked through vents. Nade's going to force it back. He might have the sightline on the player, and yeah, just him and Nick able to get those kills, but Nick has gone down from screens. The 3 versus 3, Vukashu's going to get healed up at least by Dingwei. And the better guns are in the hands of the defenders. They're still really worried about this like late lurk from mid. Skydog is going to come in from sight, so they know that they're elbow. It's just Lockham that they're not too sure about. This Kawhi actually playing is super late. Do they have any stars? No, but there might be some on cooldown. Might not even come to that. Because Vukashu, 1 versus 3. None of the players go down after that plant from TEC. Might be going to bind. When EDG come out, I will scream cry. I mean, I'm excited to see them. It's not been that long since we have, but like just over 2 months.
因为进攻方这分留下了3把枪，经济已经把雪球滚了起来，而方只能是很惨淡的拿到4把手枪。我卡数继续2900的狂徒。
Hero rifle for DRG. They're just going to try and fight this a little bit more. This is kind of in line with what we saw a lot from DRG. the 5 Mandarin-speaking players doing one thing, Bukashu with a hero rifle doing another. But Cole is like, they are putting a Viper wall up towards A. We didn't see anything B. One Sky Flash used from Dingwei to just check onto Heaven. And a little bit of a lurk up from RB, actually, that's pushed all this way. Something that, again, that we didn't really see. This way of playing, we just didn't see from DRG at all.
对 TEC 来讲，我觉得他们更多其实是想去规避我卡鼠的这个半线，所以这分选择是一个中路夹壁的位置。就哪怕开局陆克是直接通过带项员顶了出来，他们还是想要去先通过站到2楼，再来控制冰通道。看到了枪口，一颗带走。定位这边的。
Yeah, as much as I like Wolves, I'd have EDG beating them.
2楼跳下来的，来到近点。
I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
太惨了。 哇，这把枪真的近距离很难一枪致命啊！
Headshot right for all of the smokes. You have done some good damage overall on this eco, but need rounds now, I think, DRG. Got 2 right in by the back of sight. Sky Flash for aim a B main because they think that there might be another lurk happening. Bukashu, 1 rifle, popping down. Not quite silent, but this timing could be everything. If Bukashu can get onto this angle to see the player's backside, with the stun as good as that, need to work out where this last player is. Alright, Bukashu, what a hero. That stun though was awesome from Nick. But I think it says a lot like TEC's post plant just stuck.
没有给到对手去帮助自己补枪的机会。哇，确实他这个身位的控制。
That shot is unreal onto RB too.
运气也是非常好。
But this stun, man.
穿烟是正义命中的头部。
而且你可以看到，就是尼克的这个烟也是蛮有趣的，他给了一个凌空烟，也就是枪上的人第一时间是会。
Little thumbs up from Luke.
很有意思的一波反击。
这一分的一个残局处理啊 ，DRG 是。
I think he's like top fragged pretty much every game, like every map. If there's no like EMEA team that's looking to pick him up at some point, they should do because he is just farming in this region. It does kind of feel like the import players that are farming the most head to head. That's crazy because they got a high low, I guess. Never mind, Dingwei is just gonna win. Seeker's used to. Want to be main broken. The other one is gonna go catch the Viper up towards like this lurk. I have to look at the high-low again because I'm wondering if TCH did get a couple of assists, did some damage. Considering the off-angle of Dingwei was on, I thought he was a goner. You know, I thought he was done. Why would he be able to survive otherwise?
现在拿到人数优的 DRG 也不跟你对了，两个人想要强行突点是有点困难的，好像还是想要在 A 集结再做最后一波尝试。但
A 点是铜墙
铁壁。30 seconds. Trying to group up as much as they can. I'm into pretty much full walk because there might be defenders that pushed up here that might hear this rotation. They are going to go right into the trip. So Bukashu facing on this angle. I'd like him to chill. There we go. Stun is nice again. Nick and Bukashu get a nice 2. I don't know if the stun got the second play. I don't know if it got Chu or not. But the utility that Nick is using is... Like, him and Hebe are winning out for, like, which is my favorite, like, IGL. A little bit uncoordinated, I suppose, with how TEC fought that. But RB peaked and then went back. Some people peaked him more, and they started peaking one at a time.
对他头上有一个队友，没想到是头上那名队友先被打掉。
但这种其实简单对枪对于 TEC 来说是比较伤的。
TEC on a low buy, fast execute. Blade Storm, I think, is the thing that's come out. Great, like, good utility here. Like the grab for danger. Clearing up, trying to get a rifle. Luke just trying to provide some heat to stop them from doing it. Even the Viper's pit, so TEC have like maybe come up with something nice here. And there's still like lock M on the Sheriff, but they have got a rifle now in RB's hands. Joe stop with the Blade Storm. Why wouldn't Abo drop the... Like, if you got Blade Storm, give the Spectre over to lock M, right? Then you can sort of play more aggressively, be a bit more silly.
尼克这边利用钩索是躲掉了这发白焰火，但是阿博的巨刃不长眼，再带走一个人。
Another Spectre has been lost in a tricky spot.
时间上来讲的话，防守方
Here's a gun anyway.
是，而且有
Yeah, nice to be execute. I don't know who it killed first over in danger, but like this whole play, the flash, the grab.
双决斗的一个灵活性发挥的非常的
It
好。
wasn't TCH. I think it might have been Dingwei.
脉冲直接的一波近点被抓到了。
讲道理，这张地图双决斗近点的这个所谓的前行故事
YouTube chat for any VCT China stream is absolutely vile. Yeah, I mean,
两个决斗位
need mods for
可以
sure.
确保两边同时都能够控制到。
而且不得不说，这个重力警是给到了非常好的效果。
是的。
Yeah, I mean, the macro's rough around the
明显
edges.
感到这份 TEC 也是下了血本。
Takes time to build that up though.
回复加上
DRG second and final timeout of this map at least.
我能感觉到，就是有些队伍可能会对这个终极技能是比较节省的，但 TEC 今天完全没有这样的感觉，对吧？他们就是因为说白了，你的终极技能充能完毕之后，你不去用它，那你后面所得的终极技能的充能其实就白白浪费掉了。
简单来说，早用早。
I wonder where this one's going.
早点去用出来，把它兑现成比分。
没错，而且确实让 TEC 拿到了一个非常关键的长枪分啊。刚刚还说可能这一分的经济会有点。
My head says TEC, my heart says DRG.
自己也算是稳住了。
And I don't hate the fact that we could see like a third map between these two. In fact, if we see like 3 mappers for all of these like top seed qualifying games, I'd be really happy.
经济应该不太好，我印象当中他只有1000块钱左右的存款。
是因为起了邻居嘛？
对，这分加1900的话，应该是起不了大枪的，可能会出现一把雄鹿吗？哦，是队友，
队友能够发一把。
有发。
Full buys, yep. Rolling thunder for Nick, showstopper, Neuro theft. Only good thing, I suppose, is that TEC were forced to use a lot of ultimate. Showstopper, Seekers a couple of rounds ago, Viper's Pit just then. Bladestorm, TEC through the kitchen sink at it. Oh, it is timeouts on this, so TEC still one timeout. Hi, RyanCentral, hello.
提点，那这个斯凯其实活不下来的。我觉得幽影他有可能。
这是一个漏角的单向烟，通过回旋跳可以看到一定的信息。
其实放点也是可以接受来了，提速进来。
This execute's working again. Dingwei in the same position that he got punished in last time, and it's happened again. You just had a timeout, DRG. Like, you know, like, these executes, how they're gonna look. The Rolling Thunder even gets used from DRG. Oh, it's falling apart. Like, what, 20 damage total done to TEC as they execute too?
1打5的局面，位置几乎已经是
saving the gun, right? Well, good luck saving it now. He's not going to save it. He's just going to go try and go nuclear, see if he can get quite a lot, but he can't. I think he assumed that he was dead. Like there was going to be somebody pushing him from stairs to clear him, but quite.
反而是 TEC 再次做了一个技能的优化，第2时间再给西星脉冲配合引怒之子，让定伟想要加枪的这个位置也是没有办法去动了。
看起来今天就是这个还是站得太常规了，就像 Saki 所说的。
Really surprised how that went for DRG. They lose to a round, they have a timeout. They lose pretty much to the same exact execute, make the same exact mistakes.
这个对于 DRG 来讲是一个非常不好的消息。
没错。 11比8，而且现在比分对于 DRG 来讲已经稍显危险了。这分又是一个存钱分，大概。
Chilling over. I think that was the only call for DRG is they keep going for B executes. Put the Cypher over there.
TEC 打得很聪明啊，在连续2分快速提点之后，选择了一波默认。
But it is like on the eco.
很大程度的消耗 DRG 的耐心。
You are saving a trip.
而且 DRG 毕竟这把的枪械是非常差的。
You've just got the Cypher one way with a cage and then the trip in the main choke.
DRG 会不会在防守前顶去找一些机会？
说白了还是前期斯凯技能上的置换。
中路其实是一个比较空旷的位置啊。防守方 DRG 因为枪械比较差，没有选择在前点去放人。
Skyflash actually does get information this time. These guys were going to rotate otherwise. I think it just caught onto Kawaii even for just a second.
不过还好，因为是双先锋嘛，所以 Nick 手上2颗闪
And
电
TEC have changed it up from their timeout from going more for like a B split. We haven't seen too much from this. The Breachstone is going to stop this and slow this down. They might not expect Abby to be on this close corner. Second flash is really good onto Dingwei. I don't think he was assuming that he'd get flash from it. And just a little pop flash to go into danger. Really good clearance. This is really good from TEC.
是，主要还是防守方枪械太差了，是定伟这个位置已经藏得非常好了，有2个对枪的机会都没有抓到。
Cheese Flash is there doing a marvelous job. Nabo's 27 kills, actually. I haven't really been looking at the kill counter for a bit, but 27-13, wow.
做一个抉择，就是他可以拼一下，这波倒地之后就大了。
手上都只有正义。但现在这个平枪其实
And
也
then
会给到
TCH
一
is
点。
alone
我觉得唐朝浩没必要
on an eco
没有
in a 1 versus
太大的必要去拼
5.
这一波枪，因为他毕竟中性已经冲完毕了，想尝试一下。
那最终还是卡哇伊是选择主动过来清了。
These B executes have just been too good.
TC 现在在进攻面是状态起势了，已经。
是的，来到了4个盘点的情况，12比8的比分。而且我觉得对于防守方来讲的话，他们不仅要赢下接下来的分数，而且他们不能掉太多的枪械。因为3000块钱
just the even like the
长枪再加技能是
jet smoke that comes out onto
现
site.
在 DRG 可能要稍微考虑转变一下策略了。陆克又起了一把明狙。
Yeah, 4
不
chances
过这一波的一个点位安排
to get us to overtime and for a 2-0 for DRG. Otherwise, we are going to bind. Map that TEC just beat JDG on. And some of these flashes, like Shu on his flex roll, has been absurd. The second one as well, like he just can't see shit. Lockham gets him. The nade is good. TCH is going to die to it, even though he gets RB. And like, okay, TEC on this attack of just, not even just a double duel, it's just the utility and the way that they're actually hitting the site is crazy. And also they know that like Bukashi started playing B, so they just go for a faster execute. It really is like, whatever site Bukashi is on, we go to the other side, was their attack plan.
我看出了定位，分别是两边，我看出这边定位很精准。
Vukashu is still alive, however. Oh, and it's a 1 versus 2. They even got Vukashu to just go and be back on that angle, but for the first time in forever, he's whiffed. Shu can end a really good map for him here, and he's doing so because he's buying so much time. He knows that the player's low with a shorty. One shot, hiding, goes back to the rifle. What a player. This was the guy I was really excited to see more out of for TEC. Who's the one that picked ISO against Billy. Pretty much him and RB just flexing onto all of the different roles, and my god. Actually, it might be like China's Forsaken. I think just how flexible of a player he is on those roles. Now he plays everything aggressively. Yeah, map 3 to see who's going to be making top 4. And I'm glad because like I think both these two teams are going to be really underrated, especially in comparison to like FPX and Trace. And I think maybe these two can even like push those like top 4 spots consistently. Yeah, map 3.